What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Burndown YouTube channel. So today is an awesome day because I'm going to share something with you that has been plaguing me for like 2 years. I think maybe longer, but probably at least 2 years. So when I got the Malibu, it was a standard issue Chevelle, full interior, the whole 9 yards, right? We started to try to race it and do some stuff. I had an original tank, and to save some money, I didn't want to go with an original Chevelle tank because I could take it out of the bottom, save a little weight. I figured we'll go fuel cell because race car, why not? And I went with like $100 eBay fuel cell, right? And I had external pumps, and I went through different pumps and filters and all kinds of stuff chasing fueling issues, because when you run a turbo car, you need lots of fuel, and it has to be there because the air will be there. Regardless of the fuel being there, and if you don't have both, you have a big problem. So I've chased it. I went from an external pump setup to an internal pump setup, thinking that debris and dust were getting there. As you can see behind me, there's dust and dirt. We got people that ride horses. There's actually a horse trail in front of my house, so there's always stuff getting kicked up. There's always a bit of wind, and I'm like, this thing, maybe it's just not sealed up good. And then I thought maybe the breather tube, I was like, maybe when it's pumping, for some reason that thing kind of sucks fuel or sucks dirt in or something in the tank. Like, I was grasping at straws, right? So I switched to the in-tank pump setup, and I ran Rocky Mount Race Week. We didn't seem to have too many issues, but I would clean the filters, and then like anybody else, I just clean the filters. They should be good, right? I had a stainless element setup. So here is the setup that I ended up with. I have other filters. Like I said, I got a box over here, we could open it, and I've got filters and fittings because I was trying everything in the kitchen sink. So this is Phoenix Industries. I went down there, I bought this from those guys. They used to be local, I think they've moved. But we're gonna open this up, and it's got a stainless element in it, and it looks just like this. For fuel injection, you need a 10 micron. So here's the element. You know, it has some surface area, it's not that big, but it was cool for what it was. And then I got this and then a backup element so I could swap them out because I always had fueling issues. I even went as far as putting a gauge on the pre-filter side after the pump, so I could tell when the filter got backed up, because between the delta from my fuel rail and what that filter was seeing for pressure. And I had to do that because the pumps got dirty so fast that I just wouldn't believe it, because I'm like, there's no way, how's that thing plugged again? So what I want to do is I want to show you the issue that I have, because if you've got an eBay fuel cell and you want to run E85, E85 is a problem, but this is also kind of ridiculous. But before we get started, I want to show you, we're going to crack this open, and I want to show you what the difference is. This thing, you can't really blow through it. Let me figure out if I can hook like the compressor up or something, and you can see like there's no air going through this. And I want to show you what the discoloration and stuff is, because you're going to go, that filter's not plugged, and I'm going to go, yeah, I know, I told everybody that. You pull it out, and it's not dirty, it just doesn't flow. And I'm like, what the hell could it be? So let me show you this. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, because if you have this issue, it's just random. You'll look at the filter and go, there's no way. So let's crack this open, we'll show you what it is, and then I'm going to show you what your problem is and an easy way to fix it. Dun, da, da, da. It's probably gonna be stuck in there. Let me get some pliers and we'll pop it out. Making me look bad, filter. You're making me look bad. Well, it's been making me look bad for a few years. Why quit now? Jeez. Woo! All right. There you go. Look at. Look at this. So, tell me which one's bad. Pull it out, look at it, and go, yeah, that's definitely your issue. Although, you can see the pleats are kind of opened up because of the pressure in this thing. And then it looks like it has a little, see that stuff on my fingers? And that's all on the outside because obviously, you know, the way that you push everything. But this thing kind of looks like it's broached. Look at that. See how when you roll, these pleats are better, and then these are kind of fat. So this thing is plugged up. But if you look at the color, granted, this has a little more crud on it than usual, but that was my problem. And the hard part is going, where is that coming from? So let's go crack open the fuel cell, and I'll show you guys, and I'm gonna show you the culprit, and you're gonna go, well, that makes sense. Yeah, it does, once to show you. Ta-da! All right, there she is. It's my eBay fuel cell, and then I went in-tank pumps, thinking that the external pump was my issue, and then these would have socks in them. This thing came with foam. Let me get a light, but there's no foam in there. You can see it at the bottom. There's a bit of debris and junk or whatever, but you know what the problem ended up being? It was, you can see in the tank, you can see there's something missing. Oh, this guy has been plaguing me for 2 years. This is the float that is supposed to be down there on that little arm that goes to the sending unit. So when you look in the tank, you know, and you submerge this in the fuel and you look at it, you figure, oh, that's gotta be plastic or some sort of fuel safe material. Well, it is not. It is foam with like a plastic shell, and it will plug all of your stuff, and you're gonna get so angry and you're gonna have a hard time figuring it out like I did. So you're welcome. I just saved your life, saved you a lot of trouble, saved you about 2 years of your life. So say thank you in the comment section. And I would also imagine that it's not just an eBay fuel cell. Any of these cheap $100 things, I see them all over the place, swap meets, all that other stuff. In a million years, I wouldn't reach in there and test and see what this is made out of. So I would suggest you put your hand there and you squeeze this thing. If it's squishy and it feels like it's not plastic or something that would be E85 safe, you rip it out of there and you throw it over your shoulder, and now you just fixed your issue. Look at that. Bada boom, bada bing. You're a genius. You are welcome. On another side note, I will show you this because I'm pretty excited. So I got all froggy with my fuel filter set up. So this thing actually started plugging up. It grabbed the rest of the residual junk that was in there. So we're gonna swap this out, but there's way more surface area. This is a 10 micron. It flows, it says right there, hey, look at that, 10 micron, 25 gallons a minute. So when we get to big boy fuel needs, this thing is gonna feed it, it's gonna supply the juice, and then we can supply the boost. That was almost like a rhyme that I didn't even plan. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, get yourself one of these spin-on dogs, rip that thing out, throw it in the dirt. Life's gonna be gravy. Your car's gonna be consistent. You can work on your 60-foot short game. You're gonna be a hero in no time. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something. Till next time, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.